If you guys didn't know, I just started my brand new Fortnite channel where I upload Fortnite tips, updates, best moments, and more. If you guys play Fortnite, be sure to click that link down in the description, go over there, and subscribe. Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin, and welcome back to the Call of Duty World War II video. There have been a bunch of changes. The Volk has been nerfed, new DLC weapons have been added, the MP40 has been changed, and a bunch of different stuff where I thought I'd go ahead and lay down in specific order this time. I don't usually do this. The top 7 best god guns in this game as of right now, in my personal opinion. I'm very excited to do this and talk about some of my favorite weapons because of these changes that have been going on. A few have sneaked into the top and a few have moved down slots and different stuff like that. Of course, first things first, smack that like button, guys. Go for 410 likes. That'd be awesome if we could hit that. Smack that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. I'd really appreciate that. As well, I want to let you guys know before we get into the video that the Scuff March Madness tournament, the first round, basically the Scuff March Madness tournament is going on, and it's insane. It's me versus FaZe Sensor, and if it ends, the first round ends at the end of this weekend. So if you guys want to support me in this March Madness, what I need you guys to do is, if you've ever wanted to get a Scuff product, a Scuff gaming controller, or even if you just want to get some trigger stops, some thumbsticks, a charger cable, anytime you use code GOBLIN on scuffgaming.com, it counts as a point for me to go ahead towards winning this tournament. That's going to be for March, and the winner of the tournament gets their own custom Scuff controller. So I really want to get that custom Goblin Scuff controller. It would just be a dream come true and be insane. I do have some tough opponents and stuff like that, but if you guys have ever wanted to buy anything from Scuff Gaming, of course they sell controllers, but if you don't have the money for a controller, you can buy literally like some thumbsticks or a grip or controller grip or trigger stops for like $5 or $10. Use that code Goblin and it really would help me out. I would really appreciate if you guys would do that for me. If you guys are interested in Scuff products, now is the time. Link for that will be down in the description. And let's talk about this top 7 weapons in order. I'm going to start with number 1 because why not? Actually, should we start from number 7? I think we should start from number 7 because that's usually how, you know, top 10 videos go. A little bit of a countdown. So let's start with number 7 on my list. Coming in at number 7 is going to be the MP40. Now, when I first say that number 7, you guys may think, oh my god, that's kind of low. But before the MP40 wouldn't have even made this list for me, I do have a mixture of rifles and SMGs on this list. Number 7 for me has to be the MP40 for the fact that I just love the new variant I have of it, the All Out 2, and I think that with the recoil changes to this gun, and even though they did have a glitch with the fire rate, I'm not sure if that's fixed by now. It feels like it is, but I'm not sure. You can just slap rapid fire on that gun, and I've been slapping a rapid fire and a grip on that thing and just timing my reloads, and the MP40 actually is deadly. You guys have been letting me know in the comment section down below quite a bit about the MP40, and I put it here as my 7th best gun in the game overall. I really do think it's an awesome gun at this point in the game, and the last changes definitely did help it out with reducing that recoil and making it more on pace with the PPSH. That's what I would put as my number 7th gun. Coming in at number 6 is going to be my favorite underrated assault rifle, the M1941. This one is still so good. I don't think it's ever been nerfed. It's a weapon that has high recoil and you have to run a grip on it and extended mags, but if you can master that recoil pattern, pulling down from the top right to the bottom right, the M1941 is a weapon I would love to see more people playing with. And I think it's one that can sort of, on their maps in this game, there's certain maps where, like Flak Tower, you're probably going to want to play with an SMG or Point du Hoc or something like that, London Docks. But the M1941 is that gun that you can sort of sneak in with and play with an assault rifle. I remember I had a game where I went 59-1 live, I think it was, with a 59-1 live, and it was absolutely crazy. And that was on Point du Hoc, just playing because that weapon has such a fast fire rate. I was able to compete with people who had SMGs and shotguns even if they missed their shots. M1941 is extremely underrated and definitely deserves this spot on my number 6 place on the list. It's sort of in the same position as it kind of always was, but I moved the MP40 definitely up after the last patch update and different stuff like that. Coming in at number 5, we have the weapon here that I put on this list probably about a month or 2 ago when it was patched and the fire rate was improved, and that is the weapon I'm using in the gameplay right here, M1928, the Tommy gun, Thompson, whatever you guys want to call this gun. This is a good gun, and this is one that's like the M1941. I see some people have caught on to this wave with me, and other people are still sort of questionable on it, and I'm telling you guys, go into a firing range, practice with these weapons, and understand recoil patterns. If you can learn recoil patterns, which are extremely consistent in Call of Duty, some weapons are kind of extreme, like inconsistency, like the WW2 and stuff like that. But most of the time, the recoil is fairly consistent. And if you can master that, you can become an absolute god with these weapons and enjoy the success like you'll see me do in this gameplay. Because up close and personal, you really ain't beating the Thompson at that close to a bit longer close range, if that makes sense. And the hipfire on this gun is just absolutely godly. Another one you definitely need recoil or grip on to counter the recoil. That's number 5 on my list. Coming in at number 4, another pick that has moved its way up in my top guns list. And the reason why it's moved its way up is because of all the nerfs to the FG42. I've removed the FG42 from this list, and this list is for public match play. I just think that it's too slow. It can still be good with rapid fire, but we're talking about the top 7 god guns in this game right now, and I wouldn't put the FG42 on it. So what I would put for number 4 is going to be the STG44, and I know a lot of people are going to be excited about this because a lot of people really do care about the STG44, and I know I've done, you know, top 5 gun videos before, and I'll usually do them every couple of patch updates. I think the last time I did one was around a month and a bit ago, so I think it's time, you know, that's why I chose to do this one right now. I think that after all these patches, the reason why the STG44 is going up on my list is not for the fact that it's got buffed, it's for the fact that all the other guns are getting nerfed, and the STG is still super duper consistent. That's that rifle that it won't kill as quick as some of the other guns, but the consistency aspect is there. That's why I 100% think that it deserves this number 4 spot on my list. Probably a weapon that I don't use enough compared to how good it is. And I know that some people, you know, it's one of those guns that if you get into it, you get really into it. Like the MP40, I think, is like that too. I remember at the start of the game when I really got into the MP40, I would use it like every single game until it became one of my most used guns, right behind like the PPSH and stuff like that. I think that's how the STG44 sort of goes as well. Coming in at number 3, this is where it gets down to the nitty gritty. These top 3 guns, I'm guessing you guys can sort of assume what they all are, but the positioning has 100% changed since my last time, because this weapon that's number 3 used to be my number 1, I think it was, or definitely was my number 1 or 2, and that is the Volkssturmgewehr, or the Volk. The reason why this is lower, the latest patch update, it was nerfed. I'll probably make a full video on it, but basically what they did is they added recoil, and they made it so it takes longer to kill at a farther range. Then the recoil it's still manageable. You can still get away with not using grip, so the recoil nerf isn't that big of a deal. But what moves this down on my list is the damage range, which is where it excelled at before because of it having no recoil. It definitely does not kill as fast as these other weapons at that damage range, and as well as the hit detection can be sort of wishy-washy on it sometimes. The Volk is coming in at the number 3 spot. It's still a god gun in this game. It's still godlike. The nerf did not completely torch it at all. It's still a great gun. I still play with it. However, it did move down a couple of slots. Number 3 is still very, very good for a weapon that was just recently nerfed. That's where I put the Volk. Coming in at number 2, I got to go with my PPSH. PPSH is still the go-to SMG for competitive, for if you ever want to, you know, put up a good gameplay, whip out that PPSH. It's just the fact that this gun has so many good variants, so many different class setups on it. The only thing I would say that you pretty much need on it is grip, and even that you can get away without using it. It's just you have to expect high recoil. PPSH is that go-to SMG for me, and it hasn't really changed throughout this full game. I think the Thompson is moving up on it. Same with the MP40, as well as some of the newer SMGs. The DLC SMGs are pretty good, but that's got to be on my number 2 slot. And coming in at the number 1 slot, it's got to be, and I know some people might disagree with this one, but in my personal opinion, this gun has not been nerfed for a while. It was nerfed at the start of the game, and they sort of left it. And the variants for this gun are so hard to get. They're only, like, certain heroic variants were only in common supply drops, which tells me that they sort of know that this is one of the most overpowered guns in the game, and they're sort of trying to make it harder to earn the variants. And that's, of course, the BAR, the BAR, the best assault rifle, whatever you guys want to call it. That's just a joke acronym that people use for it. But the BAR's got to be my number 1. Some people don't like it because of the recoil, and I'm telling you guys, you have to use a red dot with the spec red dot on it, or some sort of different reticle. Do not, if you're using red dot, do not use the normal reticle. Use a custom reticle. Make sure you earn that. This is what makes the BAR good. I can understand why people don't like the BAR as much if they're using trash class setups with it. You got to use the BAR with the red dot with the spec on it, the grip, and extended mags, and this gun will just kills so quickly, and it does have a tad bit of recoil, but how it kills so fast at range is what brings it up above the Volk for me in my personal opinion. The bar is still my go-to gun if I need a gameplay on a bigger map, and the PPSH on a smaller map. So that's what we have as far as my top 7 God guns as of right now. The bar, PPSH, Volk, STG-44, Thompson, M1941, and MP40. So it comes out to 4 rifles and 3 SMGs. Pretty decent balance in this game. Let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think of these God guns, and which you guys, what would your order be? Of course, it's cool to have different orders. Drop a like on this video. Everyone has different preferences. These are just my preferences, and I think you guys should agree with, certain that these all weapons are all good, but the order and even, there might be some picks that you would take out and some things you would add. So let me know in the comment section down below. Smack the like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, sub for a cookie and don't looky, and I'm out. Peace.